Hello, fourth grade. Thank you for all the votes I got for the op art project. So this is an example of what our first op art project will be. Our second op art project, by the way, will be based on MC Escher, who did get the most amount of votes. This is going to be a short project. It's going to take us only 2 classes. Today we're working on just the drawing piece of it, no color at all today. So I'm going to show you on this piece of paper how we're going to draw it. We're going to outline it. You're going to need 3 things for this. You're going to need a pencil, Sharpie or any kind of black marker, and you're going to need a ruler. So I'm going to set a few of these off to the side. I'm going to get us started. The first thing you need to do is just trace your hand out. So you want to kind of fill up the paper. You do want to spread your fingers out. It makes it a little bit easier to work like that. As I trace it out, I want to make sure I don't put my pencil in at an angle because it's going to make my wrist look really skinny. So I just hold my pencil straight up and down and lightly trace out my hand. Don't worry if it's not perfect. We can always fix it after. So as I'm going to trace it out, careful not to let my fingers move. And there you go. That is an outline of my hand. So this would be the spot where if I need to fix something, like let's say this little piece on my finger, this is the spot where I am going to fix it. So that's step number 1. Step number 2, we're actually going to add in stripes in the entire background first. Don't worry about what's inside the hand. And this is how I'm going to start. I'd like to start from the bottom. I'm going to make sure that the edge of my ruler is parallel to the edge of my paper. Remember, I want to work on the background first. So I'm actually going to start from the hand, go all the way out to the edges of the paper, and leave the inside blank for now. I'm going to move on up. Once again, make sure my ruler is parallel. And I want to try to keep a consistent space between the stripes and the background. I'm going to speed this up in just a second, just so you can see, so you don't have to watch me doing this for a little while. What I do want first is to show you how this goes when you get between fingers. So let's say on this stripe, I'm getting close to, I'm gonna have to draw in between the space that my thumb and my palm is in. So as I go from the edge, I'm also going to fill in this little piece up here and then go all the way out. And there you go. So right now I finished up the background. This next part is the part that's going to determine how much the illusion comes in. So if you can see from the example, as my lines get to the hand, on the inside, the line curves up and joins the line on this other side. Always start this from the bottom. So you're going to start where the line touches the edge of the hand, or the edge of the wrist at this point in time. I'm going to put a curvy line. As this part I'm going to do lightly, I'm going to try to make it as even as possible. So it goes up and it comes down at the same arc or the same angle. As I finish one line, I'm going to try to match the curve on every other line with this one. So this is the part where just kind of take your time, do it lightly first, and don't worry, we're going to erase. We're going to trace all of this out with Sharpie. So I'm going to speed this up as you see it, and just make sure when it goes to the fingers, you'll notice that each curve is individually drawn. So if you notice on the tips of the thumb and these two fingers, because the curve matched the curve of the tip of the finger, I just followed the tip of the finger all the way up top. The last step we're going to do today, and the last step we're going to do for this project, is outline things. I do want you to make sure you do not outline the hand itself. The only things you're going to outline are the lines. You can keep the hand where it is. You can keep the line for the hand where it is, but do not outline it. So this is the last step, and I'm going to start it and then speed the video up. And this is the part I do want you to get to. So the only thing I traced out was the straight lines and the curved, straight lines in the background, and then the curved line inside the hand. I did not trace out the outside of the hand. So this is the part I want you to get to. Please make sure you save this in a safe place. When I see you the following week, we're going to talk about how we're going to do color. All you need is 2 colors, any 2 colors. And no, white cannot be one of those 2 colors. I will see you guys next week.